Hi, my name is Cindy. I live here in Eldorado as well. How would you, as state land commissioner, move New Mexico away from traditional extraction industries such as oil and natural gas and towards more renewable energy such as wind and solar, and as a more sustainable, non-polluting, environmentally sound basis of revenue for education?
Thank you, Cindy. So we've talked a little bit about this, but I'm going to get specific because the question was asked before, are you happy with the current commissioner? And I think almost in every instance I would answer no, and one of the issues is renewable energy, because unfortunately 4 years ago, Ray Powell and his staff, and actually I just talked to his general counsel today, he explained all of the negotiations that had been under play when Ray left office. And the land office was weighing very heavily into the build out of the SunZia transmission line to try and get what they call off-ramps into the so you have one main generating line, and we want off-ramps to do gen-tie into that main line, because the terminus of SunZia is actually down in Corona, New Mexico, where there is a large, nice, consolidated plot of state trust land that would be perfect for wind generation. But the state land office now not only has been absent from all of those negotiations, the current land commissioner is trying to jack up the right-of-way fees so that he can personally profit, I believe, allegedly personally profit from land that he owns. And Garrett can tell you more about that because he's actually involved in suing him, I think. But the land office has been absent from this push. And that's the reason we've lost 4 years on this effort. We've lost $700 million of renewable energy projects that had already been recruited, agreed upon in the pipeline. Leases weren't signed, but these projects were set, ready to go. And we've got consolidated parcels of state trust land throughout the state that are ideal for wind and solar build out. So the land office really needs to participate in the transmission discussion and in tying into that line so that we can generate on state trust land and build the royalty structure that we're talking about, so that we're selling kilowatts and having a royalty return.
So, aside from SunZia, and I'm being sued for character defamation because I said because there's no transparency, there is the possibility of self-dealing, and there are some questions raised through public information about the current land commissioner's involvement in the SunZia line. I was calling out the land office in itself, but he took it personally. So, anyway, it's a long story. But this energy question is a really important one. And aside from SunZia, there's 4 other proposed lines. There's the Verde line, Tres Amigas line, Clean line. The utility build-out is going to be a really important one. And again, my background in working with land development processes through Oregon Mountain Desert Peaks and Rio Grande del Norte, we're going to have to work with the tribes. We're going to have to work with the BLM. We're going to have to work with private landowners. And I know all these user groups, and I think that infrastructure build out for the utility lines is going to be a collaborative thing. And I think we need to talk about restructuring our whole utility portfolio in New Mexico. And Taos, Kit Carson's the poster child, a co-op that very soon will be probably 80 or 90% renewable energy independent. I think that all counties in New Mexico should be co-op driven. PNM having a monopoly on your energy is insane to me. And 60% of your energy comes from coal, and 30% of your energy comes from the Palo Verde nuclear plant in Arizona. And not only are these pollution-causing energy drivers, but they're also massive water users. And so I think we should use the co-op systems for all of our local electricity, and for all exported energy, we should then use these larger infrastructure projects. But I think that will keep your energy prices down and affordable with renewable energy.